Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back. Today I am going to take you through Interchange and I am going to show you my safe, like we always do, stash run on Interchange. Reason why I'm doing this now is because customs has been harder than ever. Many squads, it's just been very rough on customs, and that safe customs loot run is definitely the best performing video I've ever made, which gets the best reviews as well by you guys. Everyone's telling me, oh, these loot runs are very helpful, and so who am I not to make another one if I know of another one. One thing I do want to request you guys do is please subscribe to the channel if you do enjoy this video, because of the fact that 93% of all the watch minutes watched on my channel is done by people who are not subscribed, and I'd hate for you guys to miss out on all the guides and content I make. So thank you for that in advance. We're going to jump into Interchange. All this loot is found on the outside, so you don't have to worry about going inside Interchange, and this is actually also a very good way of learning the map and understanding the way the map works, the map flow, and the extractions and whatever. So for beginners, this is definitely a run you want to do. Also, a little bit of a heads up, I stream on Twitch every Monday, Wednesday, Friday and Saturday, so if you want to hang out and have some fun, please join me there. The link is in the description down below. Without further ado, let's just jump into Interchange and I'll take you through the run. So we're starting this run out at the railway extraction. Keep in mind, it doesn't matter where you start this loot run. It's all the stashes going around all the map, so it doesn't really matter. From here, you really want to go down to this pile of rubbish, and your first stash is right here. On this side of the map, you actually have quite a few. There's like 4 in this little bit of railway extraction area alone. Trust me, Interchange is so good for these kinds of loot runs, just because of the fact that there's so many stashes. It's actually amazing. So you want to come down here, and in between these 2 rocks, this is the landmark you can use. You have this little stash here. Let's use a TG lab so I can actually show you guys a little bit quicker, and we can keep running. So from here, you want to move into this little wood area, this little area of tree goodness, and I always have to search for this one a little bit, but it's behind this little tree right there on the floor. So as a landmark, just run to the middle of these trees and you have yourself another stash. From there, you want to just keep running along the tree line up until this little watery bit here, and there's another hidden stash. Now I'll speed up this next running part because we actually have to run quite a bit. Keep in mind, this loot run does not have every single stash in it. It just has the ones I deem safe. And so there's a couple more over on that side of Idea, but I don't like going that close to Idea, especially if you spawn on this side, because there's so many spawns on this side that going close to Idea, you're definitely going to run into someone, and that's basically just not worth it if you're trying to go for a loot run like this, trying to get some of your task items or just making some money. So this one's actually really easy to find, this little stash here. You just want to come to the point where Ollie goes into Ultra, so it's actually quite straight in front of the Ollie entrance. You just run over here and you have your little stash behind that tree. So as I was saying, this is really just a loot run to stock up on some cash. There's more stashes on Interchange than on Customs, and Customs has been so incredibly harsh and difficult with squads and people just running absolute sick gear that I felt like it was time for another one of these loot runs. So at this sniper tower, at this tree, you have another stash down here, and then you want to continue alongside the edge of the map again and continue forward. But Customs has been so incredibly harsh on us this wipe much harder than last wipe, and I don't know why that is. Maybe it was because last wipe started halfway through and people were running labs way more reserve. Customs also seems to have less cheaters than other maps right now, and so maybe that's why people actually like to go for that one. So for this stash, you want to come to where the actual bend in the road is, and you want to take a look at, where is it? See, these are quite well hidden. Ah, there it is. So at the actual bend of the road, you want to come in between these two trees and search that. Keep in mind, it might take you a little while to get used to where all the spawns are, just because they are quite well hidden, and once you've done it a couple of times, you will probably be able to find most of them without too much trouble. But until then, it's actually going to be a little bit difficult for you. So as you can see here, this is the little camp with the fire. Just before it, in this thick brush, there's another stash right here on the floor, which that one is actually quite well hidden as well. Interchange is one of those maps that at the start of the game, it's actually quite dangerous on the outside. So maybe you want to just stay for a little bit and wait. There's nothing wrong with that. I do that as well when I do this loot run. Alright, Eddie, English. Very nice. So when you pass that little fiery area, just come down here. Straight in front of that sign. Or in between these two Ollie signs, you find this stash right here. I'm trying to give you guys a couple of landmarks because these can be quite hard to find. They're much harder to find than the ones on customs, that's for sure. And I really hope many people will find this loot run as well, because the customs loot run, the safe customs loot run is the best video on my channel, best performing at least. I think it has like 27,500 views as of this point, and I'm just really glad that one of my loot runs can... You can loot this duffel bag, by the way. I'm just really glad that one of my loot runs has that much reach, where 27,500 people have watched it and have been able to enjoy it. So at this little heightened area in front of Ollie, you find this little camp, and just remember green tarp. So behind this green tarp you have one, and at this green tarp you have another one. Right there. So behind that green tarp and next to that green tarp. Then you want to continue past the Emercom checkpoint extraction, and that's the last one of these stashes on this side of the map. And then the next ones we're going to show you, I'll have to fast forward a little bit again because of the fact that it's all the way at the power station. But one nice thing about that one is that the power station actually has a spawn there, and there's two stashes. So once you spawn there, you might be able to grab quite a bit of loot at the power station alone. So here you just want to come to these rocks, little rock formation, and there's a stash right there. So let me just fast forward to the power station in order for me to show you where those are. So here on the right, you have the extraction where you can't get out with the backpack. One thing you can do, if you spawn at power station, you have the opportunity of looting the two stashes I'm about to show you and loot the entire power station. Come down here, drop your backpack and get out. Because sometimes you just find some really good stuff. If you did not bring a expensive backpack like an Attack 2 or whatever, and you only brought like a Scav backpack or a Burkut or a Day pack, then it should be worth it to just grab the stuff you have, chug it into like a BlackRock rig or whatever, AVS rig, whatever you're using, and get out to make a quick little profit, and then just reset the raid. That's something I do quite often, and that's why I always bring a very big rig with me on these loot runs. So here at the power station, you have one stash at this little bush right there, down there. And I'm actually going to show you a couple of loot spots at the power station here because I always hit them. So in here, you have a weapons crate, you have a toolbox and another toolbox, and you can then continue onwards through here. I don't know if you guys know this already, but I might as well show you that in the power station there's a couple of really nice loot spots I like to hit. So here you want to check the computer for a flash drive. You want to check this jacket for keys. Another option for a flash drive. This flash drive you can't pick up off the table, so don't go mental trying to pick that up. In these shelves, as you can see, G-phone, you can grab many items in these LCD. So always check all these little, what do you call them? Shelves, I guess. And then you want to check these cabinets. Check this computer for a flash drive as well. And then in here, you have 2 jackets for keys. You have 2 jackets here. And then you have 3 toolboxes. 1, 2, 3. And once you've looted all that, be a gent. Restore the power supply for people wanting to loot in Interchange. Or at least I always do that. It makes it a little bit less frustrating for people playing the actual map. Plus, you have more chance of people actually going inside when they notice that they have power in order to loot inside, and they don't actually come here to do it themselves. So it's a little bit safer for you, in my opinion. And then the last stash I want to show you guys is right here at this little yellow piping. So that's all the stashes I like to hit normally on these loot runs. There's 3 more in front of Idea, but as I've said, they are just too dangerous for my liking because you get very close to the entrance of Idea, and that's just not worth it to me. But that's it for this video. Like I said at the start of the video, please make sure to subscribe and like the video if you did like it, and hit the notification bell, because 93% of all the viewers for my channel are not subscribed. And that means that when you find one video and you actually enjoy it, but then you don't subscribe and put on the notifications, you're just not going to see any other guides I make, any other content I make, and I would hate to think that you guys are missing out on all that goodness. So thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys in the next video. Don't forget, I stream on Twitch every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday and Saturday, and I'll see you guys there. Thanks for watching. Eddie out.